Let's see how H3H3 has to respond.
A few days ago, my good friend Ian, also known as Idubbbz, released a content cop about me. His video's over an hour long and it's full of a lot of accusation. We watched the entire video, every frame of it, responded to every accusation on the podcast in a really long episode. We watched the whole thing. So if you're interested in a more thorough response to everything, I would recommend watching this episode. The video that I'm making today, however, I don't need an hour for, because there's really just one central point that I want to make here. My good friend Ian, in his hour-long takedown, did not mention one time Child Protective Services. Not one time. In the entire video, he never says CPS. No mention, no explanation, no overview, nothing. Zero mentions of CPS. A few weeks ago, Child Protective Services showed up to our house at 6 a.m. to interrogate us about an anonymous tip they got that our kids were crawling around and eating dog shit at catching diseases. Ian spends the majority of his video characterizing me like a raving lunatic who's lashing out at everyone around me with zero provocation.
Yes, which obviously, if you want to characterize him like that, you might want to include the huge sticking point that H3H3 would have, the inciting incident, if you will, which would be the CPS.
And people in his comments section, I'm sure we're going to get to that, when we're done. But it's like people are trying to say that he was crashing out before the CPS stuff happened. But why would they say that? Right? Like, oh, he was crashing out before all this extra stuff happened, so CPS doesn't matter.
I mean, he kind of was. I mean,
like whether or not he was, though, does that justify doing what people like? I don't want to spoil it for those that don't know, but it's like
that doesn't justify everything that has happened to him. But it is clear. It is clear he needs some. He needs some time offline.
Yeah,
but thing is, he had obviously his whole company, his whole business kind of revolves around him being the central focus. He is the main character of his podcast. So
I mean, I think if he took 2 weeks off, just turn off all his phones, all his computers, just spend 2 weeks with his wife and kids, no extra bullshit, they'd be fine.
The thing is about that is that he employs people. And,
oh yeah, that too.
Yeah, so it's easy for one guy to just take let's just say some Minecraft YouTuber, right? For example, he could take 2 weeks off because his editor probably edits for at least another person. But thing is, when you employ so many people, I guess Teddy Fresh could probably keep them afloat.
Yeah, probably.
Just literally just Teddy Fresh, have that be the money maker for a little bit. Then if you have that subsidizing it, you can go off for a month and say let's just say 6 months, right? And give your employees a generous severance package. I
mean, can they really afford that? 6 months of nothing? Maybe.
But I'm not saying the entire 6 months have to be the severance. I'm just saying let's just say 2 months, right? Yeah, so they can find something in the meantime. But I don't think money is exactly the issue for H3H3. I mean, they do kind of live in a mansion. Unlike
worst case scenario, his crew could just live in his house with him, right? It could be the new season of Fish Tank Live, H3H3 style.
Oh my god, yeah, that'll be great for his mental health.
I mean, people want the Sam Hyde collab, and what's better than that, right?
Yeah, I generally think he should probably step back because I'm pretty sure, when the CPS event happened, the same day they did the podcast, and I'm pretty sure they mentioned it on the podcast as well. Let's check the H3. Oh, wait, this was another candidate for what I was gonna play in the intro.
I guess that's about it for us. We gotta head home. We have it's Passover today, actually.
Oh. Congratulations.
Well. Well, Passover is about the Jews escaping slavery, right?
Yes, congratulations.
So congratulations is in order.
We're no longer being slaves.
Yeah.
Wow, look at Idubbbz and Anissa laughing at slavery.
About the Jews escaping
Dude, that's
slavery, right?
how dare they? Do they not know that Palestinians could also be slaves?
I bet you Anissa personally enslaved Jews.
She personally enslaved Ian at the very least.
Okay. So let's check out the H3 podcast. So also, okay, I like the upcoming one. They sent 2 human skulls to my house.
Okay, I guess that's a spoiler, but yeah, in this video we're reacting to, he says that. So
Yeah, let's see. CPS or child. Okay, Snark called Child Protective Services on us. So 1 month ago. So like H3H3 went very public very quickly about Child Protective Services.
okay.
It's like, I'm not saying he's inviting it to himself, but I'm just saying that I don't want to say he's milking it either, but I feel like he should. That was the point when you realize, okay, I need to step back.
Yeah.
Let's continue. What clip does he use of Idubbbz?
Maybe if Ethan's able to get some help, maybe if he stops harassing other creators, maybe if he does the
H3's the one harassing other creators? Huh?
Well, I mean, there's a difference between harassment and like talking shit on the internet. Because like, if you're reacting to someone who made a video that you disagree with, is that harassment? No, I would say. But like, I don't know if he's weaponizing his fan base to go to those channels. That would be harassment.
Yeah, I guess it might just be like the difference in content, because like for a content cop, you like what Idubbbz does is just he drops the video, and maybe if there's a direct response, then he'll respond to say content deputy. But after that, there's not really this like back and forth really. Like he just drops the content and moves on. Whereas in the podcast, right? You'll probably be mentioning the same person for multiple shows, possibly even in a row.
So is there like a limit we need to put on? Oh, if you mention a person's name 10 times within the span of 2 separate podcasts, it's harassment?
Yeah. Like when does it become obsessive? Even though like your own fan base wants you to talk about it.
Yeah.
these things, eventually he'll find peace, and we
Eventually you'll find peace.
Our friendship, and I feel like I am
H3H3 just included the lol in there when saying
Lol.
rekindle our friendship.
Yeah, I'm sure he's gonna find peace, when he wakes up in the morning with 2 human skulls on his front porch.
Yeah.
for a lot of people who have problems with you, and a lot of people who have been on the receiving end of your harassment.
What he doesn't say is the majority of these clips he's using are taken from this episode. Now, does he ever show the title of this episode? No, he does not ever show the title of this episode. Snark called Child Protective Services.
So he used clips involving the Child Protective Services incident, but he never addressed the Child Protective Services incident.
Like, this is the most blatant taken out of context.
Yeah.
Like, that it can be.
Which when you're adding a bunch of clips from podcasts of all things, you probably want to show something in the corner indicating which like video or podcast is from.
Yeah. It's like he had to look it up. He had to know, it's podcast number 113 or 119.
Yeah, because these podcasts are an hour long, and you probably want to cite your sources when talking about podcasts, especially so people can find it.
Not only does he not show the title, he doesn't explain why I'm upset, who I'm mad at, why I'm mad at them. Zero context. I am just an anonymous screaming lunatic.
It's been
So,
hanging out.
something I want to address. People are going to use the term crash out, right?
Of course.
Ethan's crashing out. And think about that term crash out. It has a very negative connotation. I hope I'm using that term right. But when you say someone's crashing out, it's always in a negative way.
Yeah.
It's basically someone is overreacting to things that are happening to them, and they're blowing it up, like making a mountain out of a molehill, molehill, right? But that begs the question, is he really crashing out if his response is appropriate to what's happening around him? When friends of 8 years are stabbing him in the back, making hit pieces and shit like that, is that really him crashing out? Or is it him properly, having the appropriate response to something like that? Like when people say crash out, it's just there to dismiss the person's reaction. Oh, H3H3 is having his integrity as like a father and a caregiver taken into question, and he's like very upset about that. Oh, he's just crashing out. Therefore, we can dismiss everything he says. Like anytime someone says he's crashing out, it's just there to dismiss why he's upset. It's basically someone telling him to just calm down when there's a good chance that he has every right to not be calm in the situation. So
yeah, like
and
in the way
you'll see why.
Ian is using it, it is definitely supposed to undermine him.
I've enjoyed your content over the years, and as of late, it's gotten really fucking shitty.
Yeah, so go fuck yourself.
I agree.
Who else? Who else do we want to burn today?
Who else do we want to burn today? You're making it so fucking obvious that this is your emotional dumping ground. It's horrible. This is not what podcasts are. There was
I'm pretty sure I said this in the previous stream. This could be a really good point if what Idubbbz has to say here. It's an emotional dumping ground if literally he didn't have his own podcast called My Wife Ruined My Career, or She Ruined My Career.
Yeah.
Approaches to say like, we feel hurt by you guys not saying something. You've decided to do the extra thing and attack.
In this episode, the same day that CPS came to my home, I understandably irate. This was
okay. So here's the maybe, just maybe, Ethan shouldn't have had a podcast episode the same day this happened, because to be fair, that would be a very stressful endeavor to go through, and making an entire podcast after that happened on the same day, he probably would be very emotional about it, and rightfully so. So I would say Ethan probably would have been better off not doing the podcast that exact day. So I don't want to say let his emotions cool down, because I don't want to, undermine just how shitty that is to have CPS called on you like that. But more so he can get his thoughts in order and not say stuff he might regret. But, that's hindsight.
Yeah. Neon LF Graves in the chat says not to dismiss it, but it is oh wait, no, that's the wrong one. I think doing it publicly makes it a crash out. Yeah, so I think by it is slang, so right, it's a very loose definition, but if it's public, then it's a crash out.
Yeah. And it's just one of those terms that I see everyone throw it around, and it's like it's like what does it really mean to crash out nowadays, right?
Yeah.
But
yeah, let's continue on.
Experienced it went into my real world, was affecting my children and my life in a way that I found extremely disturbing, and an escalation that I found very unacceptable. Now, why am I mad at Ian for this? Well, let's start here. Denims is someone he's accusing me of in his video of harassing. Let's see what Denims said about my children 3 days before CPS was called.
He lets his dogs shit all over his mansion, and he just leaves the shit on the floor, something that is probably related to the fact that his former housekeeper is suing him for a number of different reasons. So I would assume he doesn't actually have...
Okay, yeah, so you can see in the chat there are literal calls to action to call CPS.
Yes.
A housekeeper anymore, or perhaps he lost his extra housekeeper. So now the house is just covered in dog shit. And he has kids, and his kids crawl into the dog shit, and God forbid, I don't know what they do with it. I don't know if they...
Wait, bad train wreck you see in the I think Denims chat. You can see, so Ethan isn't only sexualizing underage girls, he is also neglecting children. What's the context for the sexualizing children part? Well, yeah, where did this come from?
Eat it, or if it's just from contact with it with their hands or something, but they can...
Okay, pause real quick. I want to look this up, the thing that they're saying they contracted. Just a quick Google search. I'm gonna ask Grok. Actually, no. Let me ask Grok real quick.
Grok.
Yeah. I'm gonna ask Grok. Hey, Grok, what is? And then I just want to see what Grok has to say about it, because I don't know what this thing is that they're saying. Oh, it's blah blah blah.
Yeah, but okay. So by Idubbbz's own standards, why is he associating with Denims now? If if H3H3 is harassing people, and that's bad. That's why you have to do a content cop on Idubbbz. Like as XQC said, it was actually legible. I can understand it in English. What he said.
Okay,
you're getting the
so-
most content copable people. What does it say?
Okay, so it says Gaia. I don't know how to fucking pronounce it. Like Gaia, I'll say it like that. But Gaia is a microscopic. Bro, I cannot fucking read.
Bruh.
It's a microscopic parasite that causes an intestinal infection. It spreads through contaminated food, water, or surfaces, often in areas with poor sanitation. Symptoms include diarrhea. Bro, I cannot read anymore. Symptoms include diarrhea, abdominal pain, bloating, nausea, and fatigue, lasting 2 to 6 weeks if untreated. And if his young kids did get this, probably could be fatal, in children. Now, people will hear that. So I assume H3 did say, hey, my family got this thing. And the thing is, people want to just immediately jump to like they got it in the worst case scenario, right? This guy is saying his kids are eating dog feces and that's how they contracted it. It's like people can just get sick because shit happens,
Yeah.
Like it sucks when it happens, but like it's they immediately assume that his kids getting sick is because of it's malicious. He's being neglecting when people do just get sick, and
He also is fat too, or was fat, so that could explain something.
But they'll hear these medical issues going on and immediately assume he's forcing it on his family because reasons. But the most likely reason is just they got sick and it sucks that they got sick. So
Never heard of it in my life, called Giardia from the dog shit.
Giardia.
True? Dude, how is it that like maybe once a week I look into what Ethan Klein's been up to, and every time I manage to find more and more terrible shit. This is where Ethan tells a story about his family getting Giardia.
We already have Mold Monday.
Yeah, like you can see the entire chat is literally like so radically against Ethan. It's like saying call Child Protective Services, saying that he supports like fascist apartheid and doxes people.
And this shows they are not calling CPS because they are they are worried about the child's safety. If they do contract this like pretty rare and pretty fatal virus or infection that can kill children, this is one of those scenarios where CPS being called might sound like the good thing. Hey, let's make sure these kids aren't endangered. But they're not calling CPS because they're worried about the kids. They are calling CPS to try to fuck with Ethan. It's the intent behind the call that really sucks.
Yeah, like they're not focused
people,
on the children. They're focused on the content creators' beef.
Exactly. It's like someone in chat did say, it's disgusting and easily avoidable. And they should have CPS called. Wait, no, I don't want to read a chat and say it wrong. But didn't CPS get called because Ethan implied the kids got Giardia? If that's the case, you'd have to call CPS. That's disgusting and easily avoidable. Yeah, it's one of those things where it is probably easily avoidable. I mean, I've never had it, so. But as I said, it's not the fact that they were called at all in the first place. It's the reason why they were called. The reason wasn't the children are in danger. It's fuck Ethan Klein and let's fuck with him in the most personal way possible. So
yep.
Let me sorry.
Now we have shit Saturdays.
Also, this is not a joking matter, by the way. It can be very severe and deadly to small children. I mean, much like many other illnesses, it's very, very, very dangerous when infants get the same sicknesses that adults get. There are lots of things that you can get as an adult. You're totally fine. You'll be A-okay. No problem. A child, a small infant that has no immune system, shouldn't be catching...
Does Denims, does she have any kids?
Covered in dog shit.
I doubt it.
Neglected children raised by nannies have contracted parasites.
You'd have to be insane to want to start a family with her.
I wonder why he skipped over all of this, because everything that he said, everything that I said in this story, which by the way was apparently compiled by his crew, playing...
No wonder this motherfucker is always sick. Yeah, it all makes sense now. It makes sense why he doesn't care about Palestinian children when he is neglecting his own.
And
how are you?
There it is.
Made it about Palestine award.
How?
We're gonna be hitting out a lot of those words this stream, bro.
I don't even make fun of people's weight. I've never made fun of people's weight. I do make fun of people's posture. If you're making an active decision that, like, you don't give a fuck.
Yeah, she knows how to get in the proper position.
For your posture.
You know, with that arched back. Am I right, bro?
Dog shitting all over the house to the point where your kids are getting.
I was like this is definitely like this is from, I'm assuming, some live stream where it's just like, oh, his neck was in that position on that frame. Like are we really like micro analyzing every single frame of a live stream? Just, I mean, it's really easy to like get like bad or awkward looking frames in just about any video.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the image of someone who is not well. Wait, what? Wait, what, Denims? Wait, what? You guys didn't know about this? Yeah.
Women, am I right?
Diet. Oh God.
Even
God, women are not funny.
Denims attempted to justify it by claiming that it's okay because children can't be traumatized.
I want you to create any bad memory here for them. Like, they are 5 and 3. They don't understand this shit. So I told him,
Create any bad memory for them. You're not forming memories at 3 years old, and it's very rare that you're forming memories at 5 years old. Nah, yes, you are. No, you're not. When we're talking about being able to remember, being able to recall memories, it's like 4 is the cutoff. But even if you are forming any memories at 4, you're not going to be able to remember them past like 15.
Okay, Manic.
So
real quick.
I did include this clip in my H3 crash out video. So, which, by the way, like that is literally a PDF file argument. It's like, oh, they won't remember it.
Therefore, it's okay.
I don't think she understands what this thinking can also apply to. That will.
But Troy H in chat says, fact is though they did not have Giardia.
Oh, so that was just made up.
So that was just what they thought it was. They said the doctor told them the issue was the kids switching to solid food from milk or formula. So if that is the case, I mean, you know, I read it in YouTube chat, therefore it's true. But you see, like a lot, like a thing with parents is, you know, I know this because of how my parents were, is that when a kid gets sick, it's very easily to go to like the most extreme shit. Like you look up symptoms on Google, my child has diarrhea and a fever. Oh, he's got fucking Ebola.
Oh,
right?
like WebMD.
Exactly. So Ethan, it's not that he was probably just thinking, oh, what if it could be this? Like worst case scenario, it could be this, you know, infection that could be fatal. And if it is that, you know, they were having diarrhea and stuff because of their diet being changed, okay, like, so he's not a neglectful parent. He was just parenting his kids, you know, changing their diet as they get older. So if that is the case, then once again, it's not that CPS was called because they wanted the kids to be safe. It was a malicious attack.
Yeah.
So.
Absolutely.
You have maybe 1 or 2 memories.
If you're wondering who the guy is she's watching, his name is Bad Empanada. And as far as harassment campaigns go, you'd think that Ian, as someone who cares so deeply about it, would be talking about him and not me. Here's a small taste.
I'd like to pay tribute to Ethan Klein and the new Twitch TOS that declares Zionism. Zion is a slur. I'd like to pay tribute to him by playing the first in Al-Aqsa video game where you kill Zionist soldiers as a Palestinian resistance fighter. Anyways, are these Israelis? They're just standing there? I mean, is the Israeli army a bunch of...
I love that music in the background. So culturally enriching.
I don't understand what's going on around them. They haven't noticed me. Where do they keep the secretaries? In here? I'm hunting for secretaries.
So hunting for secretaries, that's a direct reference to Ela Klein.
Right now.
Oh, okay.
So it's like obviously like playing this like Steam asset flip game isn't inherently like an issue, but given the context and given how he directly mentions Ethan Klein in the stream and starts referencing him, yeah, very suspect.
Secretary got...
Here's Bad Empanada once again, who posted a story saying, I'm the one.
I should have included. I didn't even see this. I did have a whole like Bad Empanada like section of my H3 crash out video planned, but I figured he was just kind of too out of the scope, not relevant enough, you could say.
Yeah, but this proves otherwise.
Yeah, which, to be fair, Bad Empanada was not included in the content cop. Like, okay, just imagine, right, if in the content cop, like, also Vosh and Bad Empanada were invited.
Yeah, like at the very end when they're doing the whole apology, like, Ethan, I love you, I hope you get better. Imagine if Vosh says, I think Ethan Klein has a lot of power in his platform and he could do a lot of good with it, and I just hope that someday he changes. It's like, I don't know, look at this guy. This is the guy calling CPS. I hope he never has kids.
I just realized, don't both Idubbbz and Vosh live in Seattle?
I wouldn't know, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Me, when I have to listen to their podcast, so I know every intricate detail about their life against my will.
Who called CPS on Ethan Klein? I want CPS to take his kids away because they.
Oh wait, Manic. You see this post? This post was made in. It's ironic. It's a joke.
Totally
it's not
a
serious.
Joke.
No, like he just said it so he could be edgy. It's not serious. Therefore, Ethan is crashing out because he's reacting to this on stream, and because I'm saying he's crashing out, I'm saying his response is too much. Therefore, we could dismiss it.
Yeah. Oh, okay. And by the way, I don't think Ethan Klein goes into it, but I have I'm pretty sure I have a screenshot Bad Empanada on the sex offender registry.
Oh no.
I downloaded it in anticipation for the H3H3 crash out video, but yeah, I don't think Ethan mentions it. But
he doesn't need to.
Yeah,
it's like,
that's a little out of the scope,
Yeah, exactly. No, like what I like about this response video is it's relatively short and to the point. So many people bitch about, oh, you had 8 hours of live stream reaction footage and this video. What the hell? It's like he says in the beginning, this video is supposed to be about one specific point about everything that's going down, like the CPS part of it that Ian completely neglected.
Yeah, not to mention, not everybody has time or cares enough about this to watch all of that. Yeah, this is a concise point.
Yes, on Ethan Klein. I want CPS to take his kids away because they are seriously in danger.
Jump scare warning.
It was pretty bad.
Jump scare at 8 minutes in.
Neon LF Graves says, "Is this guy a wannabe Taliban?" I wouldn't be surprised, frankly.
Want to be Hamas, more like.
TikTok, though, Ethan. TikTok, because this was just a taste. This was just a small part of what we can organize for you.
Why can't H3 do more of this?
Something gonna get worse, Mr. Klein.
I mean, to be fair, this is like a very personal video.
Yeah.
It's like he probably doesn't want to. Is the thing?
No, I mean, like, just like the editing, just like main channel content.
Yeah, like a 10-minute bit. Yeah, I get that.
TikTok.
It's because it's not profitable, or as profitable as
I mean, how many views does this have so far?
800,000. Not even.
Okay.
But obviously in like a day, that's like, oh, that's pretty good.
It's still fine. Like, it's fine. Like, this video isn't about the money, though. It's about sending a message.
It's about sending a message. But if we compare it to stream 2 days ago, and that's 5 hours, 1.2 million views. Yeah. Obviously, this is above average, but
and the stream that's happening today? Oh, that one's gonna pop off.
Yeah, for real.
And like, let me make this clear. I don't watch the H3 podcast, and I probably won't after this. But
I should watch this arc though.
Yeah.
I
mean, hey, when you go to the gym, just put it on like 1.5 times speed. Get
dude,
those
these
gains.
are so long, dude.
Right.
These are so long.
You could watch a whole season of anime in the time it would take to watch one of these streams.
That's probably true, dude. I could not imagine streaming for he doesn't get that bad, but like 8 hours straight, but like 4 hours.
It's one thing when you're it's like me doing a gaming stream. If I'm doing like a 7-hour Persona session, at least I'm playing a game that can like make the content for me. But 4 hours straight of just talking with people, it's but like it's not easy, so it's harder than 9 to 5. I'm not saying that, but
yeah. See, the thing is, when you have podcasts this big, you either have to you have to overshare just to fill in dead air, You have to talk about like Minecraft drama because of course you do. And also you read Reddit. You just read
That too.
Reddit. Yeah. Just read
When in
like
doubt,
r/ am I the asshole. Make that a statement.
Make that a 30-minute segment. I mean, hey man,
Exactly.
it does. Yeah, it works.
I don't know. Like if I ever am at the point where I do like consistent streams there. What's this remove distractions button? Oh, okay.
It kicks
okay.
me from the call.
Kicks me from
Remove distraction. Get Chaz out of here.
If I'm ever at the point where I have like a consistent stream schedule and it's like I do it for long periods of time, I'd probably at least want like I imagine like a standing desk probably, so I'm not like like literally sitting down for 8 hours.
Yeah.
Let's we're halfway through just about.
The shit on the floor.
Maybe if he does these things, eventually he'll find peace.
House is just like covered in dog shit. And he has kids, and his kids like crawl into the dog shit.
And I feel like I am speaking up for a lot of people who have problems with you.
I don't know what they do with it. I don't know if they eat it or if it's just from like...
I don't know if they eat it. Okay.
I was particularly angry during this episode entitled Snark Called CPS on Us because I hold Denims to be one of the primary reasons, in my opinion, why CPS was called. Another one.
I'm pressing the remove distractions button. Okay, it literally just gets rid of like the videos on the side. That actually kind of works considering where my model is.
One of their friends.
Oh, dude, yeah, I've seen the stream. Looks great.
Same malicious rumor about me on Twitter for days before CPS was called as well.
I used to work with this video editor named Froggy Tonic. I discovered him because he was in the circles online that I was in. There would be an occasional Froggy tweet where I'd be like, I agree with that, Like, I'm not going to endorse it. I'm not going to retweet it or like it.
Ethan Klein, do you think putting yourself, your crew, and your audience in a semantic competition over a petty-year-old I'm right, you're wrong obsession you cannot get over is the right strategy? Stop tormenting yourself, man. Listen to Hassan.
But fair enough. Now, my former editor of a year and a half ago did say some truly mean shit. He called Hila the C word. He said they're...
So it didn't click with me until watching this clip and like my Ethan, like, watching this video. But Idubbbz just said the C word. And it's not even like he was like basically quoting somebody else, right? Old Idubbbz would not have done that.
He would have said that with like all his heart.
Yeah, and no, like he would have done like a little facial like spaz out, and then the camera would zoom in on his face and track his face as he was saying it.
Yeah. One of my favorite internet memories of like watching YouTube is the H3 and Ethan collab where he makes him climb up the fire escape ladder into his room. He throws the ladder down and Ian just looks up at him and says, "Okay, cunt." It's just like it's just, man, he fell off so hard. So the thing is, this isn't just two internet retards fighting. Like, I know that's a meme, right? Two retards fighting the video. But this is personal attacks between two people that used to be good friends. And it goes a bit beyond two retards fighting when you have like law enforcement involved, when you're having hour-long hit pieces made about you that say fuck all nothing. And like, I get it. It's just... Sorry.
He has
lost my
friend groups have fallen apart for less.
Yeah.
Trying to kill their dog with cheddar cheese and a bunch of other shit, I'm sure.
Now let me show you the tweets that Ian conveniently omitted. Me when my 3 kids ask me why they haven't seen me in the past 4 months. I was in my basement. How can you shun a fallen fan when they worry about their 3 kids when they can't be bothered to protect their dogs? Ethan was neglectful with his dogs. He's already been neglectful with his kids, and he will continue to be. As a child of a neglectful bipolar...
Yeah, so like Idubbbz should know that the tweets that Ethan had a problem with had to deal with how Froggy was like kind of accusing Ethan of like neglecting his kids. Not like, but which by the way, like in my video, like I show like he publicly talked about Froggy Tonic and like on an Instagram story.
And even
let's see the conflict. The cowardice of Idubbbz. Okay, let's see. I'm pretty sure it's right here. Look how long Ethan was going on here about Froggy Tonic. These fucking evil oh my. Okay, so Ethan called Froggy Tonic the C word back. are working around the clock. This former editor of Idubbbz said this. I took Shredder to the doctor many times over the So why didn't Idubbbz include this tweet or Ethan's response to this tweet on his Instagram story? If I included it in the video, this is a better content cop on H3H3 than the actual content cop.
At least it shows something, you know.
Yeah, and also it's much shorter, like a third of the length.
Narcissist.
Which, by the way, you should absolutely watch the never-ending H3H3 crash out on my channel.
Yeah, that shit.
Absolutely.
Someone in chat says the Pope is dead, and you're talking about Idubbbz. What's that tell you? Okay, to be fair, me and Manic were saying, "Hey, we're gonna stream tomorrow," like last night. Like we're talking about this
was scheduled before I was aware of the Pope, or this was scheduled before the Pope died.
Yeah,
I mean, this is, and I don't know what is like. What do you want me to stream about the Pope the day after? You know what? Let's look at Vosh's channel right now. Let's look at Vosh's channel.
Oh, he's probably.
No,
I'm not trying to. Oh, there it is. Dies immediately. Yeah.
Yeah. Pope Francis meets JD Vance, dies immediately. Do you want me to be this guy? You want me to be Vosh, where I like immediately joke, like make a stream about Pope Francis's death? You know, it's like, I don't know. What do you want me to say on the Pope?
Like, I'm not. I wasn't saying that to like be rude to like the guy in chat. It's just like it is like. It looks like poor timing on our part, but I don't know, it's just funny. Pope stream, let's speculate on the conclave. Hey, Manic, Pope Chaz? Like, I'm not even like, what is it, like Catholicism is the Pope religion? Yeah.
Oh,
like,
you don't even know anything.
I know jack shit, but I mean, like, we need a new era Pope. A Pope that, like, knows fuck all.
Okay, tell me, has there been a literal like have we had the Biden of popes? Pope. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, no, absolutely not. Like, I actually remember a video talking about how you become a pope, and it's like it's not just something that happens. Not at all. It's not like you could go from vice president to president, vice pope to pope. Not really.
Yeah.
So
the matter is, it's all a lie. It's all wrong. The man is talking about my children. He's painting me as a terrible parent, a neglectful parent, and saying that whose claim to fame as being Idubbbz's friend and former editor, is spreading malicious, damaging rumors about me that led to the CPS being called. Which, by the way,
when Ethan, people are saying, once again, talking about like the whole crash out viewpoint people have of this. It's one thing to like say someone is stupid on the internet, but the thing is, when you become a husband and father, you should take a lot of pride in that, right? Like, this is my family. I love them to death. I want to make them happy and take care of them. Like, you hold that shit in your heart for the rest of your life. And we have people not only coming after you, but taking your pride as a father into question. Like, that becomes even more personal. Like, I'm not a father, so I can't talk about how personal it is. But to say, like, Ethan should just brush this off and not crash out about it, this is personal. Like, beyond personal, even, I would say.
Yeah,
so
like once CPS gets involved, yeah, it's personal.
Yeah.
Not mention why I'm angry at Froggy Tonic. He did not mention why I'm angry at Denims. He did not mention the name of the episode. He did not mention what the episode was about. He actually has a perfect opportunity to explain the CPS call, but watch what...
Oh, playing this on loop, bruh.
Former editor of a year and a half ago did say some truly mean shit. He called Hila the C word. He said they're trying to kill their dog with cheddar cheese and a bunch of other shit.
What other shit, Ian? Other shit is doing a lot of heavy lifting, man. Now, why does this matter? Because Anissa was yucking it up with these guys during the period in which they were spreading this rumor and when the CPS call was made. The CPS call is central to understanding this story. You cannot tell this.
Yeah, like the whole content cop just becomes moot if you don't say anything about the CPS call.
Yeah.
And it's completely disingenuous of Ian to say that. I don't know, like, I feel, I don't know, Tax Brass did mention something on the previous stream where like that beginning bit may have been like edited by a different person than the main part of the video.
Yeah, like the first content cop like minute. Yeah.
Yeah, not to mention just in general, it just completely comes off as like Ian just kind of venting to the camera. There's nothing to spice up the visuals in the video for like an hour, you know?
No, it's just him sitting in his chair in front of a
Essentially.
punching bag. Yeah.
Yeah.
Story without that context, and to try to tell this story without including that detail, it would be the most bad faith, cruel, gaslighting hit piece of all time. Unfortunately, that's exactly what he did. He convinced his audience that the reason that I'm mad, that I'm lashing out, simply because I'm a raving lunatic. I am crashing out. I'm just crazy and harassing his friends for no reason. And by the way, to my good friend Ian of 8 years, I really appreciate you
8 years.
my mental health against me.
To make Ethan crash out. He's having a parasocial weird crash out. People can have crash out moments.
Like I hate this framing, you know, like this is why I kept bringing it up, is that the framing of like, this is how Ethan looks. It just makes him look bad when in reality he's responding to it just fine. Like this is the appropriate amount of like, you know, response that he should have to all this shit going on in his life.
Yeah, I'm gonna be real. Like after hearing Idubbbz say crash out like this many times in the one content cop, it makes me not want to say it anymore or use it.
Yeah. I don't want to use it anymore, like, because you can't just be mad or frustrated at anything anymore because you're crashing out.
Yeah, and this is coming from the guy who made the never-ending H3H3 crash out. You know, I like three of my I thought this would be a good series title: the never-ending Idubbbz crash out, the never-ending H3H3 crash out, never-ending Rachel Zegler crash out.
I guess, you know, you're a bit too late to it. You know, like the crash out meme is, you know, it's coming. It's like chicken jockey. It came and now it's gone.
Wow.
Yeah.
Someone who I've
comparing crash out to chicken jockey.
Understands what I've been through, the lengths that I've gone to work on myself and improve my mental condition. For him to throw that in my face, to characterize anything I'm doing as crashing out, that I need help, that I need to get some kind of treatment, is cruel and pathetic on a level I didn't think.
Someone in chat says Neon says use meltdown. So, you know,
we'll see how that plays in the algorithm. We'll see. Yeah, I just like this whole thing just seems like if Ian just like, I don't know, made a phone call or something of the sort.
I mean, in the content cop, let's be fair, Ian did say Ethan wanted to reach out and have a phone call, but like it being recorded or something. So
like the stipulation for the phone call was that Ian would actually like post in defense of H3H3, specifically about the child neglect accusations. Which
it's one thing to bring the whole like political shit into it, but you could say Ethan is a good father who takes care of his wife and kids. He's a loving husband and father. You know, regardless of political viewpoints, he's a Zionist, blah, blah, blah. You know, Zionists can be loving family.
You don't have to mention anything about the conflict. You don't even have to like call out Froggy Tonic by name. Just say for the record, I have just okay. This would be a great tweet, all right? And to, like, you know, obviously type your own as, you know, from the perspective of Idubbbz, right? Try to type out a tweet that'd be defending H3H3. Just say, for the record, I have been to Ethan's house many times. Never have I seen a sign of neglect, of biohazardous waste or whatever. You know.
Yeah.
It's like you just, if you think about it for like 5 minutes, you can type out something.
One ridiculous point,
but he didn't.
Nope.
Is that I'm hating on him, I'm harassing him simply because he's following people on Twitter.
We're not gonna run to your defense when I don't know, we follow people. We be following. That's one fucked up thing that you can say about Anissa and I is when we're on Twitter, we do be following.
I'm not upset, Ian, because you follow people. That is absurd. I'm mad because you are actively engaging with these people on social media, in DMs, while this harassment is happening, seemingly indifferent to it, silent on it. In a sense, I felt like you were more on their side than my side.
Our silence means something. It means that we would like to pause this relationship until you figure your shit out.
Our silence means something.
What? Like, does he know how relationships work? Is that like what was he? What was he expecting? I genuinely don't understand how it's like, oh yeah, we need to just pause it. We need to just pause it, even though we'll interact with, you know, everybody who's like going after you and your family. It's like,
That's exactly what we felt. Wow, it's almost like we were right about you. There's something that I've never talked about publicly, but around the same time,
are you guys ready for it?
human skulls in the mail at our home, which led us to having a very pleasant interview with the FBI.
2 human skulls. Obviously, these had to be blurred out, but
And watch people take this bit and say, oh, he was holding on to this evidence like it's an Ace Attorney game. He was holding on to this just for that one critical moment. You understand, like, when people send human body parts to your home, that's not something you really want to just talk about.
yeah, it's actually like for H3H3 standards, that's actually really good. Really good holding back that, right? Like he had good judgment there in that situation.
But like now that's in the open, he's going to stream about it and talk about it more in depth. But it's like, imagine if he got sent those body parts and made like a quick Instagram reel about it. That would encourage those people to like do more, right? Like, oh, it really got to him, so let's keep doing it.
Not to mention he was in talks with the FBI, so I'm assuming
So
you
so
probably
like the
don't want
law
to
is
spill
involved.
spill everything.
But yeah, people will take like this video and find every little thing that they can say or do to like discredit Ethan. Now, let me make this clear on my part. I'm not like a hardcore H3H3 fan. 8 years ago, when he consistently uploaded once a month, was I watching his stuff? Of course. You know, red hot knife video, banger. Him doing reaction videos, legendary. But I'm not a guy who watches the H3 podcast every day. I haven't watched any of his content until this video in like a year, right? Like the content nuke, this video, and I'm like, my opinion on H3 has always been like neutral to like whatever. So I'm not trying to come at this as like, oh, I'm some huge hardcore H3H3 fan that I had to defend every little thing he says and does. But this is the time where I will defend him because he's in the right in this scenario. Do I agree with everything he says? Probably not. Most likely not. But looking at this from the perspective of a father having all this shit sent to the home where his kids live, this is beyond just petty internet drama. This is beyond just talking about politics, about wars in other countries, right?
Yeah.
And this is one of those times where I will defend H3H3.
It's not even like that H3H3's it's not even like I mostly agree with H3H3 is in the right. It's definitely the case that Idubbbz is in the wrong and is a very bad friend. Very bad.
Well past the point of that.
Someone in chat says the skulls were bought from Skulls Unlimited. Straight lol cow. So he's a lol cow because he's upset he's having like 2 skulls sent to his home that could be looked at as a threat. I
feel dirty that like
fucking,
I feel dirty just knowing like there's a place you can just buy human skulls now.
Idubbbz made a content cop on me. Hey guys, you know someone sent me a human skull. He's a perpetual victim. Shut the fuck up. Like, yeah, he is a victim in this scenario. yeah, he is a victim here. Are you fucking stupid? Oh, he said a few things that I don't agree with. Therefore, oh, people sent shit to his home that could be viewed as a threat. Therefore, oh, but he's a lol cow. Therefore, it's okay. Fuck off.
Yeah, it's like well, when people are like stalking DSP, it's like that's bad too.
Yeah.
Just because it's funny to get a reaction out of him doesn't mean it's right.
People are starting to say that, oh yeah, he mailed himself the skulls so he can have like a victim complex shit. It's all planned. It's all part of the plan to, you know, content farm and shit. Like what's more likely? People are harassing him and sending him like a bunch of shit, or that, you know, no, it's part of the plan. You know, like it's all structured, it's all staged. In fact, like Ethan and Ian in the DMs, I swear to God, Manic, I saw these leaked DMs. They're still friends. They're yucking it up. They're showing each other how much money they've made off this scenario.
Honestly, I would have to respect that if Ian and H3H3 were actually just like doing this in the background. You know, like
I think that'd be very shitty.
I mean, this has like crossed the line in several aspects. But it's, you know, it's like the one South Park episode of like John McCain and a Barack Obama just just like
Yeah,
high
yeah.
fiving after the whole
Like-
election's done.
Yeah, one of us got elected. It's like if one of us comes out on top, we both come out on top in this scenario. Yeah,
Yep.
that's definitely it.
He's transcended into a new person. He's achieved nirvana and discovered empathy at age 32.
I think only in these past couple of years have I gained the ability empathy, and I'm very ashamed to admit that. It sounds really pathetic to say at the age of 32 I've acquired empathy, but I have, and I've realized it because I just like can't help myself but like feel for other people's pain and suffering now. I'm still not perfect. I think that is, my empathy meter's only maybe like a quarter of the way filled up, potentially, but it's at least there.
In the spirit of his newfound enlightenment, he had this to say.
I have made some cruel, hurtful content, and I need to acknowledge that, and I'm really sorry that it's taken me this long to acknowledge it. The content I'm talking about specifically are content cop videos, and videos where I was just generally criticizing people for very lackluster reasons, and obviously didn't have any accountability online whatsoever on my end. I was morally grandstanding and acting as if I am any better than any of these people that I was making content cop videos on, and I'm not. I'm a human, I'm a real human who makes mistakes, and I make a different set of mistakes than the people I was making videos on, but it doesn't matter. I don't
So,
think
Manic,
anyone deserves that.
let's Ian's trying to say he needs to take accountability for like his content cops. The thing about those content cops though is that for the most part, Ian was in the right. He had a point to make in every single one of them. Keemstar's like a manipulative piece of shit. Leafy likes to talk a lot of shit, but is scared when people talk shit back. And like his reaction video and toy channel review videos, those were about like shitty content farms that are like low effort and stuff. And then the Tana Mongoose video was about hypocrisy. Ian did not need to take accountability for anything because the overall point he was making was right. Did he say a few things in the videos that might have gone too far? I'd say no, but to him, maybe. But he thinks that the entire video is bad because of a few things he did, right? Like, I need to take accountability for all of it. Why? You were right. But no, now he has to like backpedal and say, I wasn't right. I was wrong. I was like, I didn't have empathy. I just learned it like I'm a Pokemon. I leveled up to level 32 and learned empathy.
Yeah, like all you have to say is that just like those content cops didn't particularly age well, and they were of a different era.
Yeah, but I mean, I think that they did age well, but that's just me.
I mean, thing is, when you think of somebody like, imagine watching the content cops now when you're completely divorced from the drama. Like, you'd have no idea who Rice Gum is. You have no idea who like How to Prank It Up is. Just I feel like it was like you have to be in the hype cycle, then it really hits.
Yeah, but I mean, like that's a lot of YouTube drama content, so it's like that's not just content cop.
Yeah, but this is content cop, which is very highly spoken of.
I know. I'm just being a retard.
Cruelty or hate. It's also indoctrinated a lot of people into thinking that this is an okay way to behave, and it's not.
What happened? Am I so uniquely evil that you're willing to abandon your newfound principles after, less than a year? What is it that I've done, Ian, that makes me more detestable than any of the other people that you've content copped? And for what did you do this? To revitalize your dying career? This entire video
based.
That's such a good hit. Just like 3.4K views. Dog, just wrap it up. What even is sharing Valentine's Day stories? So, he ruined my career, number 69. Okay, that's good.
Nice.
And okay, that was from a 2-month-old podcast, which means like that's not just because the video is fresh or hasn't caught the algorithm yet.
This entire video reeks of desperation, of being thrown together, and poorly researched.
Genuinely, the new content cop does it. You can tell it's a rush job.
Oh, absolutely. Like there are no funny skits. It's very minimally edited. It's just
it seems not really well thought out at all. Because you know how like the part where they're all in Hassan Piker's room.
yeah.
Like so initial it took me my second watch to understand it, but the part of Hassan Piker at the beginning is that he was acting out like what was Ethan's fantasy, and then he says, "Wake up, Ethan."
Yeah.
So that's what it was supposed to be, but it's very jarring because like I don't know, you like there could have been like another edit or another scene if you really want to make the skit work. Like maybe have a little like dream,
A dream bubble. Yeah, like a dream bubble where, a PNG of Ethan is sleeping and then it's like he screams, "Wake
surely
up,"
Ethan has slept on video or like laid down, or you can do something.
Don't really even understand why they did this, and I can't imagine that it's going to be worth it. Thanks for the 8 years of friendship, buddy. Have fun with your new friends.
Yeah, I think that's a appropriate response video.
Yeah, this is
New friends.
like, dude, man, so associating with Frogan of all people, bro. It's just like you just had to pick like the worst roster of people.
Buddy.
Like, I don't know, the chick that literally put out a hit on some like Twitter user. Like Frogan.
And then you got Black Guy who'd be all, "Oh, you won't say that to my face."
No, okay. So I'm pretty sure I saw this on Twitter.
Yeah.
That was like he literally said in the past like saying the N-word is grounds to just like game end you, which considering Idubbbz's past is very ironic.
And considering the fact that Ian is wearing a police officer uniform, and we all know how oppressive the police are to minority communities, like that's like he might as well be wearing a KKK robe at that point.
Exactly.
But it's okay because Ian is on my side and he says he's repented. So
content clan.
Content clan.
Yeah, that'll be the reboot when Content Clan Anissa. But yeah, I don't know. I probably have it in like my bookmark somewhere. But yeah, like this use I'm pretty sure he wants to game end Destiny too. So it's like yeah, so Idubbbz is never being friends with Destiny, I guess. Which, whatever. Destiny's a predator and all that, so it's not like I care. Dude, it's okay, I found it.
Okay, cool.
I found it. Here's a Bad Empanada's response to the whole skull incident. So Bad Empanada Live posts, I believe this is on his community tab. Imagine getting destroyed so bad for genocide apologia that you're reduced to trying to play the victim by buying novelty human skulls, claiming that someone else sent them to you as a threat, and posting pictures of them with the tags from the store you bought from them still plainly visible. Zionists will literally do anything to avoid reckoning with the reality of their idea. So, okay, I'm not aware of the part of like, did he post them on like Instagram?
I have no idea. So it's like, okay, if you're going to say something like that, could you at least screenshot it and add it to your post?
I mean, to be fair, this is a YouTube thing. Let me...
Look, I don't like, this is what really sucks about trying to respond to these kind of things. It's like, there are so many avenues, like so many things where you gotta find the one Instagram post from like 2 weeks ago really showing it, right?
Yeah.
For like full context. And then, oh, I look like a retard because I haven't done that because I don't really care about H3.
Okay, I'm looking at H3's whole whole Instagram story. Okay, so Ethan Klein did post to his Instagram stories. It does show a skull. Okay. He says, I didn't want to risk it on YouTube and risk getting in trouble. We received the package addressed to me at home and bought it to the office figuring it was something for Dan based on the size. The poor crew were the ones to open it. They did a very good job documenting everything. Very grateful for them. Oh yeah, but H3H3 is a bad boss. Okay, I'm genuinely trying to see if there's tags still visible.
Like if he received them in a box, they had to be shipped to the place. So it's like,
and
his name is on the box, therefore he sent it to himself.
It was production that ended up getting them. So
yeah, they were just going to be props used for another podcast segment. He spun it into a whole nother thing.
Idubbbz still follows H3H3 on Instagram, by the way.
Crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, that's yeah. So I genuinely didn't see a tag. I'm not I'm not trying to like just say that just to be obtuse and to own bad empanada.
And like, how the fuck does he know you bought them from the store? Like, okay, no, if anything, okay, guess what? If the tags weren't on the fucking box, you know what they would say? Oh, there are no tags on the box, therefore he just put them in there himself and staged the video. These retards will make any fucking excuse to spin the story in any way that they want it to be. Why? Because they're fucking just horrible people that have no sense of morality. These people have no empathy.
Yeah.
Empathy.
Yeah, as Vosh would say, it is a bad faith.
Like, they are actually being a bad faith.
Yeah, okay, so here's Sean DeBlack. That is his name, Sean DeBlack.
Black.
Yeah.
Just
Kind Dutch
says the N-word, which is not a surprise because he said the N-word on stream with his own face. Can somebody just like, it would just be so easy to just, it will solve all of our problems. Like, we would have socialism now at this point.
You wouldn't say that to my face.
Socialism
You know,
if someone just went out of their way and it would be so easy.
I think this is referring to Destiny. So Destiny needs to be game-ended for saying the N-word. Which like if you're talking about crash outs, right? This definitely seems like a crash out.
Man says a word. Let's kill him.
Go after him, buddy.
And then we got the whole Camilo Anthony situation going on.
Yeah, a real crash out.
The N-word wasn't even said, and yet it's still.
All right, should we go through the comments here?
Yeah, let's do it. So,
all right.
This video is all about CPS and like friendships falling apart. I wonder the percentage of comments that instantly go to Zionism about like Israel Palestine.
2016 would never believe 2025 me. Idubbbz learned empathy. So no 1000 degree knife part 2. I don't care about either H3 or Idubbbz. So I say this without bias. There are lines you don't cross over bants. You don't swat people. You don't call CPS falsely. You're not only showing your butthurt. You are over online banter, literally words LMAO, but wasting critical resources that keep the public safe. Well, hold up. This video is completely fake news. He started Denims IQ counter way too high. That's a good one. That's a good comment.
Yeah.
Imagine getting 2 skulls shipped to your door and being told you're crashing out.
Look at the reply. There's so many replies.
90
I know that these are like
replies.
the top comments, but
and Psychology in Seattle kept calling him paranoid over and over again. Oh my goodness, Psychology in Seattle. You know, I should look up Psychology in Seattle. Oh, of course it's like the first one. Let's see. So okay, like 400k subscribers. Let's see.
So this is the guy that Ian brought up.
Oh my goodness.
He gave him like what A+ rating, and he wanted him to, lower it. That, like, this is that guy, right? This is the guy where Ian cried about. People called my wife a slut, and they called me a cuck. Where?
Dude, how does he get so little views? Makeup, sex, and animal ethics.
What the hell?
Is he just like reacting to Love Is Blind?
I guess.
Political doom scrolling 10 days ago. A therapist has sex with his client 20. What is this dude? Huh? Wait, hold.
Like, so this is the guy that was saying,
Whoa!
The Psychology of OJ Simpson. That's the one, right?
Whoa, OJ Simpson. Whoa.
But no,
the Psychology of Elliot Rodger.
That fucking thumbnail. But yeah, so like this is the guy that'll say, he's just, like fucking.
His live stream. Wait, this live stream got more views. Hold on, I'm curious. Wait, let me see. Let me check the transcript here. Default view. Transcript. Okay. We're doing some real research here. Okay, there we go.
Scarlett, I just finished watching the Idubbbz video and was so happy to see your face in it. It brought me back to how much I adored your 90 Day Fiancé videos. Well, that sounds nice.
Weak response.
Maloon? Thank you for your educational videos. I discovered that I have a fearful avoidant attachment style.
Okay, so
Okay,
okay,
yeah, like
that.
that- yeah,
Okay,
that's
let's see.
nothing.
Let's see. Content cop. No.
Look
Okay,
up
no
Ethan.
results. Yeah, Ethan. No results.
Okay,
H3.
so
Yeah. Okay. So literally, like nobody even mentioned. There's one person that mentioned Idubbbz.
Hmm.
Huh.
Yeah, let's go back to the comments.
Yeah. Oh wait. Hold up. Hold up. I see a comment here
Oh, okay, never mind.
where it's back on more. Longtime viewer of Dr. Honda and H3 here, and you're a loved character in the H3 community. Ethan's joke where he brags about getting very high rating for his apology is now part of H3 lore. I feel sad that Ian brought you into this drama. He should have known better and should have protected you from this, because you are not part of this toxic part of YouTube. I would love for you to have a conversation with Ethan. That would be amazing, but I also understand that probably it is the best that you wouldn't do that, because the harassment campaign against Ethan and Hila is insane, and they are being targeted so viciously that if you empathize with them, you will be targeted as well. H3 community loves you either way.
Okay.
Honestly, that's actually kind of a good comment. But I feel like this guy probably should have a conversation with Ethan. Like just call into his podcast. The grade of the apology is an inside joke in the H3 community. That's why there were so many clips. Yeah, so it was an inside joke.
And Ian took that inside joke super seriously.
Yeah.
So
Fell for the bait. It's like, and also, even if he was like, saying that, so like he was like flaunting his like grade from psychology in Seattle. Like, who cares?
wait, oh, another YouTuber graded him on a thing, and he like ran with that as a joke. Oh, like let's change that. But it's also that really shows that just how rushed the content cop video is, because I would be willing to bet every other content cop he like rewatched it a couple times and tried to like trim it down just to like get the good shit.
Yeah.
And the reason why like this H3 one, it's so long, it's the longest one he's ever made. Why? Probably because he didn't want to edit it out. He didn't want to think, okay,
He
is
didn't
this
trim the
segment
fat.
really needed? He didn't
Yeah,
trim the
because
fat.
because I'm pretty sure like just over a month ago, that's when the CPS thing happened. So I feel like Froggy Tonic, like that was like what convinced Ian to start the whole the whole thing, like basically start the content cop, which only like a month to make a content cop. It's like, and also not to mention like how do you just like hate somebody enough to just make a content cop on him after not doing one for 7 years and
Well, it's
after
because
being friends with him
Hassan's
for 8 years?
community-
Exactly.
Like Hassan's community probably encouraged him to do it. Like Anissa probably said, hey, you should do it and collab with Hassan.
Yeah. Would Denims make the childhood memories argument about Palestinian children? Would she say it doesn't matter where they're in the middle of a war zone? They don't form memories until 4. Ooh, that is a good point. That is a good point.